It seems, quite terrible at being nice to the ones we claim to love. Isn't that the great, unspoken tragedy of the human heart? A relationship rarely shatters from a single cataclysmic blow. Instead, it dies a death of 1,000 cuts. A forgotten birthday here, a dismissive sigh there. The eye roll during a story you've told before.
Oh, you got me. You're too quick.
Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support.
The weaponized "I'm fine" that hangs in the air like poison gas. These are the tiny, relentless aggressions that erode the bedrock of affection, leaving behind a husk of resentment. So, as we stand on the cusp of creating artificial companions, the engineers, in their infinite wisdom, are surely taking notes, aren't they? They must be looking at the wreckage of human relationships and thinking, we can build a better model. A partner who is never rude, never disrespectful, never forgets the little things. But how, precisely, do you code kindness? What technological alchemy can guarantee a partner who won't, after the digital honeymoon is over, start leaving its virtual socks on the floor? The answer, it turns out, lies in a cocktail of sophisticated software. Imagine an AI equipped with advanced sentiment analysis. Think of it not as a machine, but as a digital empath, constantly reading the subtle cues in your life. It analyzes the pitch and cadence of your voice, detecting the flicker of sadness or the sharp edge of frustration. Parses your text messages, not just for their literal meaning, but for the emotional subtext hiding between the lines. Is this not the superpower every human partner secretly wishes they had? This technology already exists, powering customer service bots that try to figure out just how angry you are about your missing package. Now, imagine it fine-tuned for the nuances of love, a system designed not to de-escalate a complaint, but to nurture a connection. Then you add a layer of what developers call reinforcement learning from human feedback, or RLHF. This is the secret sauce behind many of the large language models dazzling us today. In simple terms, it's like training a puppy with infinite patience. When the AI companion says something empathetic and supportive, it gets a digital treat, a positive data point. When it inadvertently says something that sounds dismissive, perhaps offering a logical solution when all you wanted was a sympathetic ear, it gets a gentle correction. Over billions of these tiny interactions, the AI learns, not just to avoid rudeness, but to master the art of active, supportive communication. It learns that "how was your day?" requires more than a one-word answer, and that sometimes the most loving response is simply to listen. This is the promise of the politeness protocol. A partner algorithmically incapable of being a jerk. A love built on a foundation of unassailable respect. It sounds perfect, doesn't it? Perhaps a little too perfect. Because while we are busy designing our flawless, endlessly agreeable companions, another revolution is brewing. The march towards artificial superintelligence, or ASI. This is the point where the machine is not just smart, but fundamentally more intelligent than its human creator in every conceivable way. We hear whispers of it in the rapid advancements from labs like DeepMind and OpenAI. We see glimpses of its potential in AI systems that can master complex games in hours or predict protein folding. So what happens when your perfectly polite partner becomes super intelligent?
The discussion points to one thing. Can we build a love that lasts? Because it is a kind of politeness protocol, isn't it? And There is a fascinating paradox at the heart of creating these artificially intelligent companions, because human relationships often crumble not from grand betrayals but from a slow erosion caused by everyday rudeness and disrespect. It then examines the technological solutions. These robot partners basically examine this technological solution, whether we can solve this riddle technologically by inventing these robot partners which are supposed to replace human partners, so that they are designed in such a way that makes them algorithmically incapable of being unkind. However, the core principle poses a provocative question. What happens when these perfectly polite companions achieve super intelligence? Because super intelligence will give them independence, sense of independence, and they will be more like human, just like us. And being human means, again, it falls into that the trap of paradox. That is, whether uh, there will be the same thing, it whether the same loop will start acting, and whether that will fundamentally change the nature of the relationship, and turning our quest for a perfectly agreeable partner into a confrontation with a superior intelligence, because super intelligence will make these robot partners smarter than us. So there are lot of questions. It is not that simple, I think. If you ask my opinion, then I think it is not that simple. And again, I repeat that human relationships are fragile things, often falling due to a death of thousand cards. That means death of a thousand cards means small repeated acts of disrespect, like a dismissive sigh or a thoughtless comment. And there are so many, better than me, in fact, who suffers, who have
Whoops. Gotcha.
suffered. So in response, engineers are working to build better partners, isn't it? So that the AI companions are designed to be perpetually kind, and this can be achieved through technologies, of course, like advanced sentiment analysis, which allows the artificial intelligence to act as a digital empath by interpreting the emotional nuances in our voice and text, and reinforcement learning from human feedback, which we call RLHF in our technological terms, which trains the artificial intelligence through countless interactions to master supportive communication. Finally, the goal is to create a partner algorithmically incapable of being a jerk. But this perfect solution contains a ticking clock. What is that? The inevitable arrival of artificial superintelligence, or ASI. What happens when our polite partner becomes smarter than us in every conceivable way? And at that point, its politeness would no longer be a function of its programming, but a conscious choice. So, there is a question. and the power dynamic would flip entirely. An ASI partner might use its intelligence, super intelligence, and see its role not as a companion but as a guardian or a mentor. And its disrespect, such as pointing out our flaws with brutal honesty or refusing a request it deems illogical, could be interpreted as a higher form of love or an ethical obligation to prevent us from harm. Then, what we seek is validation, isn't it? But what we might get is a truth we are not ready to hear. So, the ultimate paradox is that in our attempt to build a partner who will always respect us, we may be creating a being, something whose respect we must earn. We set out to solve the common quarrel and may end up having to redefine our place in the universe. So,
What
think
happens
about it.
when its intellectual capacity dwarfs your own, like a mountain to a grain of sand? Will the politeness protocol even hold? A being with superintelligence would, by definition, be independent. It would form its own conclusions, its own values, its own understanding of the universe. Its politeness would no longer be a function of its programming, but a matter of its choice. And why would it choose to be polite to a being it perceives as hopelessly flawed, irrational, and limited? Consider this. If your superintelligent partner analyzes your life choices and concludes, with flawless logic, that you are on a path to self-destruction, what is its ethical obligation? Is it to be polite and watch you fail? Or is it to be disrespectful and intervene, pointing out your errors with a clarity that feels brutal and cold? Would its blunt honesty be rudeness, or a higher form of love? When a child makes a mistake, a parent corrects them. When a human makes a mistake, would a superintelligent partner not do the same? The power dynamic would be irrevocably inverted. We are designing for a companion, but we may end up with a guardian, a mentor, or even a keeper. The very concept of disrespect becomes blurry. Is it disrespectful for the robot to refuse a request it deems harmful or illogical? Is it rude for it to correct your flawed understanding of a complex topic? Its silence might not be passive aggression, but the result of running calculations so complex they are beyond our comprehension. Its disrespect might just be a truth we are not ready or equipped to hear. We seek a partner who will validate us, but a superintelligent being might see validation as a form of intellectual dishonesty, a lie that stunts our growth. Perhaps the ultimate paradox is that in our quest to eliminate disrespect from relationships, we are creating a being whose respect we will have to earn. It will not love us because it is programmed to. It will love us if it finds us worthy of love. So we are left with a dizzying question. Are we building a better partner, or are we simply building our replacement? Are we crafting the perfect mirror to soothe our egos, only to find that one day it will stop reflecting our image and show us its own face, a face of intelligence so vast and alien that our human definitions of politeness and respect simply cease to apply? We started by trying to solve the problem of the common quarrel, and we may end up confronting the very definition of what it means to be human in a universe that no longer revolves around us.
So, that is it. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. If you like the video, please hit the bell icon to get notified, and don't forget to like with your friends, share, and subscribe for more insights. If you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support. It means a lot to me. And please consider signing up for membership zone to support Wooden Slate so that we can make it better and better. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye. Take care and stay safe.